Hey gents, Scheme Rhythm here with another Let's Play Star Fox 64. This is going to be my final run, guys, the hard path run. So, last time we went through the medium path, and I had quite the nasty morning voice, that, as you might have heard. Post-concert, probably had a little bit of smoke in my lungs still, even though I don't smoke. And, you know, my pants smelled like smoke, and my feet were aching, and it was just generally a perfect environment to start commentating on, you know? And my voice was a lot deeper. But anyway, that's enough about that.
We're entering Corneria City now.
One thing I want to say is it is cold as balls now. Like, it hasn't been cold lately in Louisiana, but it's gotten pretty cold over the past week or so. And I also want to say, saying that makes me think, how flexible is the phrase "as balls"? Like, if you think about it, it's a pretty flexible thing to say. Like, yeah, it's cold as balls, or yeah, it's hot as balls, or okay, the other one I was about to say doesn't quite apply, but I mean, it's really one of those very flexible phrases. It's kind of like the word "fuck." It's like, yes, that certainly does show the versatility of the word, doesn't it? More Boondock Saints references. Actually, most of my Boondock Saints references and commentary won't be heard from this Let's Play. They'll be from a different Let's Play. But, I've been recording a different one than the one that's going to be uploaded next. In fact, it's not even going to be uploaded on my channel. But, suffice to say, there is going to be another Let's Play with me commentating on it that is not on my channel. Not to say that I'm abandoning my channel or anything like that, I'm not. But just keep that in mind. And I'm recording this just as after I've uploaded the different Star Fox 64 Easy Path parts onto YouTube. And I got to the end of it and I started talking about Hitler, like, what? What the hell? What the fuck just happened? Just to explain, my command prompt randomly opened up on my computer. It looked like it was from live updates for my computer. Updates for my computer and everything, not like anything malicious. But it was pretty sketchy, just to look at it. But anyway, that was my interesting experience in the past few minutes. I'm going to go eat after I'm done recording this too. That's the thing about my commentary. It's always either really early in the morning or right before I eat, or I have to go to the bathroom. Which, incidentally, two of those happen to apply to this case. And it's 11:55 in the afternoon, and I have an 8 a.m. class, so you know which one it isn't. And oh gosh, it's just so dull having to play through Corneria again. I've just had to play through that area so many times, just because when you're going through the medals, I didn't record all the medals at once, so obviously I had to go through on different playthroughs just to get to specific command prompt opening up again randomly. Thank you, command prompt. Anyway. And, what was I even talking about? Stupid command prompt going and interrupting me. All aircraft report.
All aircraft report.
I was a little ahead of myself there.
You did it! I was worried for a moment.
Slippy was worried?
You're becoming more like your father.
I guess the implication is supposed to be that,
You okay over there,
Fox is, like, a really green member. Although, if I remember correctly, he was in, like, the military academy, and he knows how to pilot aircraft and everything. But I take it from all the dialogue in this game that he's a rookie, and he's kind of learning the ropes as he's making his way to Andross, and yeah. Now, why they would choose him as their leader as opposed to, say, Peppy? Well, granted, it is the Star Fox team, not the Star Hare team, but that's just the ropes. That's just how it works.
Tox, we're under attack. Help us out here.
This is
I'm on my way.
my first time showing that dialogue. But this stage, it just makes me think, why did they send the backpack boss to Corneria whenever they have this ready? Like, holy shit. These things, each individual one of these things is probably stronger than the backpack boss. Sure, the backpack boss takes more hits, but these guys have freaking shields and they're mobile. Whatever. I call him the backpack boss. He's boss. Whatever. The backpack boss. And even though he's definitely makes more sense to call him the walking mech or whatever. But whatever. Whatever, man. I'm saying whatever a lot. Whatever. I say whatever to that, man. Whatever.
Don't let any of them through.
I have to say, some of these are actually more entertaining than I give them credit for.
I don't see anything.
Some of my commentary. I'll cringe sometimes whenever I'm recording it. I'm not gonna let my reaction be too obvious, but you know, sometimes I cringe at some of the things I say, and it's just like, what? Why? Why did you say that? But then I go back and listen to it later, and like, that's kind of entertaining. Of course, it could also say that I'm just a major blowhard and find myself entertaining, but you know, that's just crazy talk. And it was right around here, I remember, that Falco told me, it was on the medium path run, that I'm supposed to shoot them all, even though I definitely did shoot them all in that top area. Well, excuse me that I can't fly my plane through the middle of the aircraft and shoot the ones on the bottom, even though technically you actually can, but that's another story for another time. If anyone decides to ever challenge me to a high-scoring run in this game, your ass is going down. Unless you can get over 1500, in which case my ass is going down. But you know, my highest scoring runs are always on the range of 1500 or 1400, high 1400s, mid 1400s, somewhere around that area. I don't know how good that is actually, now that I think about it. But that's just me playing this game a lot.
I don't think
So
so.
I'm glad I finally figured out how widescreen on YouTube though.
Hey, leave
'Cause
me alone.
Basically, my discovery amounted to you can't really do that in Movie Maker, which is disappointing to say the least. But at the very least, Sony Vegas does render videos faster than Movie Maker does, which is amazing. If you're curious, if you're coming here and some reason you're want to ask me about Dark Souls stuff, I don't know if I'm going to upload Dark Souls PvP videos, mostly because I have a lot of things that are going to be going on, and I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that, to record them, you know. But I will say that whatever happens, happens, and by the time this goes up, that Dark Souls bonus episode will have gone up. But that one was more of a, because it's really kind of necessary for me to put that up. And
Something's up ahead. Looks different.
I'm at a loss for words now. I always say that before I inevitably get on some very random topic. I got nothing.
Hey, Einstein,
Enemy field analyzed.
I'm thinking of plenty of topics right now that really aren't very appropriate for solo commentary. They're good for, like, more than one person talking. Like, if I was having a co-commentary series with this, I knew exactly what I would talk about right now, but I don't. I have none. This guy, oh god. I don't think I get my wing knocked off by him this time. And yeah, you know, when Falco's taking damage, it's a big problem, but not really.
Flippy's hit.
If I remember correctly, actually, in the original Star Fox, when your allies got shot down, they were dead. They weren't like going in for repairs. They were dead. Of course, this game is more like a retcon of the original Star Fox. but excuse me, sorry, I probably should not record that burp. But I know I'm not going to be arsed to go back and take that out, so I turned away from the microphone before I burped. That's why it wasn't very loud.
We're heading for Aquid.
And I'm yawning again. I gotta stop yawning.
There you go.
Yeah.
Your skills have improved, Fox.
And probably the last thing I'm going to show in this video is this absolute failure of an Aquos run that still ends up being a metal run. I don't get it, but it ends up happening. But yes, over 300 after the first 2 stages, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Granted, you would have higher if you had gone to Meteo, but the 3rd stage is right when it really starts to matter which path you chose. Because the other 2 3rd level stages, the metal is like between 50 and 100, but for Aquos it's 150. And it's not that hard to achieve it there. And then right after that is Zonus with, I believe it was 200 or 250.
Take out the enemy bioweapon.
Yes, sir. Deploy the Blue Marine.
Compared to Solar or Sector X with 100 and 150 respectively. And then after that you have either Sector Z for 100, Macbeth for 150, or Titania for 150. So Titania and Macbeth would be the better ones to go to. But then consider that Titania forces you to go to Bolts, which has a 100 to get the medal. And if you go through Macbeth, you have a chance of going to Area 6, which is like the most ballin' stage for hits in general. Not to mention it brings you the Hard Venom, where it's really easy to get 200 plus hits. So, yeah, that's why I always go through the hard path and take a detour to Macbeth instead of Sector Z for my high scoring runs. Like, I had to really explain that, but this stage made my hand cramp up a few times, actually. I don't know if it's going to be too obvious while I'm playing it, but because I'm spamming A, B, and L. And this is on a GameCube controller with those very bad shoulder buttons.
I'm sending the data to you guys.
Like, sure, analog triggers were a nice idea back in the day,
Shoot a torpedo to help
I guess. But what the 360 controller did with that was so much better.
Looks like the pollution has started.
I like the 360's triggers better than the GameCube's, but the GameCube I think had overall a better button layout. Like, I liked the bigger A and B buttons compared to the X and Y buttons. But because of the 360's buttons being laid out the way they were with A, B, X, and Y buttons, it felt really similar for me whenever I started playing 360 games. So it was actually fairly intuitive for me to switch over to 360 from GameCube and Wii. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 360 I think has better triggers, but GameCube definitely has the better, definitely has the better D-pad.
This thing will never hold.
I tried just navigating menus with the D-pad yesterday because I downloaded a few games, and holy crap, those are really, really atrocious. That's a really atrocious D-pad, man.
Do a barrel roll.
So, let's see here. I used to love Aquos, now I hate Aquos. What is that? It's not supposed to be that varied in my changing opinions. But that happened.
Look out behind you!
I think I get a perfect run on the starfish in this upcoming area. I don't think a single one of them not a single one of them explodes in my face.
You're the best.
Stuart, I fully expect you to use that one out of context, because I know you're just searching for those.
This thing will never hold together.
But you know what? You said... This is talking about a guy who said, Jesus goes both ways. Actually, looking back at that, he actually didn't say that, but that's the way I heard it at the time, and I said, did you just say Jesus goes both ways? I'm explaining a joke that you haven't even heard yet. Unless somehow he gets that video up before Friday when this is going to go up. But I don't know if he will or not, because I don't have a lot of faith in your work schedule. No offense. Of course, I suppose it's kind of a good thing that you don't have that, that you don't work like I do on these, because whereas I could be out, you know, I don't want to say getting laid, but getting to know girls in general. Never mind. I'm just going to stop right there. I'm not saying that I do this instead of anything that's actually worthwhile to my livelihood, but, you know. So let's kill these barnacle growths on his back here. This is going to end up being the longest possible amount of time I could have spent on this boss fight. I hated this. Because I get to the last phase, and he just keeps spawning those bombs, and they're annoying. But, on the bright side, this does tell me exactly when I'm going to split the video. So there is that. Roommate's being very quiet over there, because he knows that I'm recording. Very respectful roommates. Very fortunate to have one like that. I don't like clams. One of my first experiences whenever I had oysters was my grandfather just slathered it in hot sauce. And it was amazingly bad. It was, oh my god. I swear, it took me over 10 years before I would eat another oyster. Just because it was that bad. I think it's for like the last 2 hits that he starts, this bullshit starts up where he's, yeah, it's the last hit. This one. I keep getting his eye to appear, but the torpedo explodes right before it gets to the eye, repeatedly. Just like that. And it starts to get really annoying. It's like, god damn it, stop it! Are you serious? Please! And my hand was like, no more, please! You've been pressing the buttons this entire time. I'm impressed that I still managed to get the plus 10 off this boss.
Yippee! You did it!
Aw, crap. The split's gonna be very awkward on this one because I have to cut out the first 2.5 minutes of this video. Urgh.
We're preparing to dock.
We'll see how it turns out.
Thanks, Flip. Blue Marine came through. Flip is not such a screw-up after all.
Thanks a lot, Peppy.
I'll take the sky any day.
Cease, Falco. You too.
I like how none of them had any faith that this whole Blue Marine thing would work out. Like, yeah, we'll send our leader down there in this experimental vehicle that we're pretty sure is going to end up failing and falling apart while he's at the depths of the ocean. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, guys. I'm going to split it here. Got the medal. I will see you on the next Star Fox 64 where we tackle Zonus and finishing up the hard path.